There's no doubt that the Spider-Verse movies are truly something special. Everything about them stands out, from the amazing animation and unique characters to the awesome soundtracks and the way the story is told. But what really makes these movies shine is how they show so many emotions just through the characters' facial expressions. They don't always need words to say what they're feeling because their faces say it all. In this video, we're gonna take a closer look at the expressions that Miles and Gwen have when they interact with each other. These expressions speak louder than words, and the movies did an amazing job making that clear. We all know that Miles and Gwen have feelings for each other, but what's great is that the animators used subtle expressions to show this instead of just having the characters say it out loud. This is something a lot of movies try to do but don't always pull off well. Their first real interaction happens on the bus in the first film. At that point, it's not about romance or anything serious yet, it's more about them trying to understand each other and build a connection. Miles offers to be her friend but also gives her space to decide if she wants that, which shows he cares about how she feels.
If you ever decide to do friends again, I could always open up a slot.
I'll keep you posted.
Cool.
This moment is important because it sets the tone for their relationship. It's about getting to know each other and respecting each other's boundaries. Throughout the first film, the way they look at each other, the small gestures, and the expressions on their faces tell a story all on their own. You don't need words to understand the feelings that are growing between them. Then, there's a really touching moment when Gwen is about to return to her universe. During their goodbye, their facial expressions again give us a glimpse of the affection and care they have for each other.
See you around, Spider-Man.
In Across the Spider-Verse, you can really see how much they miss each other just by watching their facial expressions. Even though they're from different universes and have their own problems to deal with, you can tell they care a lot about one another. Gwen keeps a photo of Miles in her universe, and every time she's about to go out and do her Spider-Woman stuff, she takes a moment to look at that picture. You can see in her face this mix of longing and sadness because deep down, she's worried she might never get to see him again. It's a moment that shows how much he means to her, and how much she wishes things were different. Miles's way of remembering Gwen is a little different but just as meaningful. He doesn't have a photo of her, but because he's an artist, he draws her in his sketchbook. Whenever he looks at the drawings, you can see him smile. He feels happy looking at his artwork but also a bit sad because he's thinking she might be gone for good. It's kind of a bittersweet feeling, like remembering someone who's really special, but also feeling the pain of missing them. When Gwen first appears in his room, she surprises him right away by hugging him. Miles's face goes from shock to surprise because he never expected to see her, especially not like that. He definitely wasn't expecting to get a hug either, so you can see this mix of joy and confusion on his face. Gwen's expression right after is interesting too because she looks a little embarrassed and nervous. It's like she suddenly realizes, "Whoa, I did that," and feels a bit shy about it. It's a really human moment that makes their relationship feel real and relatable. When Gwen sees the drawings Miles made of her, her face lights up. It's such a sweet and genuine reaction, like she feels appreciated and seen.
Hey, are these your drawings?
What?
Oh, they're good. Wow, there's so many. Missed you too.
She convinces Miles to sneak out and hang out with her even though he's grounded by his parents.
Is Spider-Man grounded?
You can tell he really enjoys being around her, even if it means breaking the rules. The animators did an amazing job of showing what they're feeling while wearing their masks. You don't need to see their whole face to understand how much they care, miss, and love each other. Their eyes, body language, and the subtle movements around their masks communicate those emotions perfectly. The clock tower scene is one of the most emotional and interesting parts of the movie. It actually went through a lot of different versions because the people making the film wanted to get everything just right. They wanted the moment to feel romantic but not overly romantic, like they didn't want it to come across as cheesy or too much. At the same time, they really wanted to show how strong the connection between them is, how well they understand each other without needing to say a lot. The goal was to find the perfect balance between romance and realism, and I think they absolutely nailed it. Even though they don't say the words "I love you" to each other in this scene, Their feelings are clear through how they look and react. For example, when Miles is being funny or playful, you can see it in Gwen's face. She really enjoys being with him and feels comfortable around him.
You know, it really is always so great to talk to you.
Yeah?
Yeah.
The way Miles looks at her is also really telling. There's a softness and warmth in his eyes that shows he's deeply in love with her, even though he's not saying it out loud. The most touching moment is when he reaches out to hold her hand, but then at the last second he pulls back. This perfectly captures the hesitation and uncertainty in their relationship. Gwen is scared because she knows about the canon events, the tragic story of Gwen Stacy in most Spider-Man stories, and that fear makes her unsure if she can fully open up. What's important is that Miles doesn't push the issue or try to force the hand-holding. He respects her feelings. The camera zooms in on Gwen's face as she blinks a few times, and those small simple expressions speak volumes about what she's feeling inside. It's one of those silent moments that show how much she cares, even if she's afraid. Then there's the part when Miles says, "There's a first time for everything."
Well, it's the first time for everything, right?
Both of them look into each other's eyes in just the right way, like they're sharing a quiet understanding, and then they look forward, and Gwen leans on his shoulder while they're hanging upside down. This perfectly captures the mood of the scene. It's romantic but also very genuine and honest. It's not over the top with grand gestures or cliches, but it's still full of deep emotions. What really makes this scene stand out is how everything comes together: the background music, their facial expressions, their small but meaningful actions, and the way the camera focuses on these little details. It creates a feeling that's just pure cinema, something you don't see very often. At the rooftop party, you really get to see a lot. When Miles is talking, Gwen's eyes light up with this special spark that makes it clear how much she cares about what he's saying. And you can see that same sparkle on Miles's face when he looks at Gwen. Later, when Gwen says goodbye to Miles before stepping into the portal, her face shows so much sadness.
Goodbye, Miles.
You can tell she's struggling with the idea that she might never see him again. It just hits her hard. Right before Miles jumps into the portal to follow her, his expression also tells a story. There are so many moments where their emotions are easy to read. When Gwen calls Miles amazing, you can actually see this little spark in their eyes.
So, what do you think?
What I always think. You're amazing.
We make a good team. Yeah?
Yeah.
You don't have to look hard to notice when they get jealous. Their faces reveal those little moments of jealousy, which makes their relationship feel real and relatable. One really emotional moment comes when Miles gets disappointed with Gwen.
You're right, Gwen. You should have never come to see me.
You can see how much that hurts Gwen because her eyes get teary and her whole expression is full of sadness. It's that gut-wrenching feeling when someone you care about says something really painful. Later on, when Miles is getting chased by the Spider Society, Gwen is caught between wanting to help him and being part of the chase. During the whole run, she looks torn, like she doesn't want to hurt him but feels stuck. She manages to catch him with her web, but then Miles breaks free, and his face clearly shows how disappointed he is that she wasn't on his side. You see the hurt in his expression, and Gwen's eyes well up again with tears, showing how much it affects her too. That moment really highlights how complicated their relationship is, with trust and loyalty being tested. Then there's the big emotional punch when Miles finds out that Gwen wasn't being honest with him, that she was hiding things.
You knew? You all knew?
I didn't know how to tell you.
His face instantly shows someone feeling totally betrayed by the one person they trusted the most. It's the kind of look where you can tell he doesn't know how to handle that heartbreak. On the other hand, Gwen looks guilty and embarrassed, like she knows she messed up but doesn't quite know how to fix it. Her expression says it all: confused, ashamed, and unsure of what to do. When Miles finally breaks free from Miguel's hold by using his electric powers, Gwen's face lights up with pride. She's really impressed and happy to see him owning his strength and taking control of his own story. It's a proud moment for her because she sees Miles becoming the person he's meant to be. When Miles says goodbye to her before jumping off the train, his face is full of sadness and heartbreak. His eyes are teary, and you can feel just how much everything that's happened has weighed on him.
Bye, Gwen.
After he jumps, Gwen's face shows pride once again, proud of the person Miles is becoming. Gwen's angry look at Miguel is pretty interesting because it shows she's had enough of how he's been treating Miles. Up until that moment, Miguel hadn't really been very kind or fair to Miles, and you can tell Gwen finally decided to stand up for him and say something about it.
Do you know for certain what happens if he breaks the cannon?
Do you want to find out?
I told you she was a liability.
Then, there's a really emotional part when she overhears Miles' parents talking.
What is he even thinking being with her?
I have some ideas.
Baby, you really not helping.
You saw the way he lit up around her. I just hope she doesn't get him hurt.
When Gwen hears this, her face changes and you can see she feels regret. She knows deep down that she actually did break Miles' heart, and it hits her in that moment. Before deciding to talk to his parents, Gwen puts on Miles's jacket. Wearing his jacket carries two meanings. It helps her hide her suit, and it gives her a sense of comfort. She tells them she's gonna find him, no matter what it takes. When she opens the portal and is about to create her own band to rescue Miles, her face shows a lot of determination. You can see she means business, like she's ready to fight for the person she cares about the most. That look, full of focus and willingness to do whatever is necessary, perfectly captures how much Miles means to her. Meanwhile, Miles is stuck on Earth 42, tied up on a punching bag. He's stuck there and can't use his electric powers because he's wearing rubber gloves that block them. But even with those gloves on, you see him carefully making a tiny hole in one glove, just small enough to let a spark of his electricity come through. His face at this moment shows confidence. He knows he's going to break free soon.
Here's lesson number 1, kid. Don't watch the mouth. Watch the hands.
What makes this even better is how the movie switches between shots of Miles struggling but hopeful, and shots of Gwen and her team, all set and ready to rescue him. Gwen's expression is filled with determination, like she won't stop until she finds him. Even though Miles and Gwen never directly say "I love you" to each other yet, their actions and the looks on their faces say it all. The way the filmmakers show all these emotions and their connection just through their expressions and the scenes is really beautiful. It's one of the reasons why this franchise is such a masterpiece. Let's see how they're gonna conclude this slow burn love story in the end. Given all this build-up, you can be certain it's gonna be really powerful and much more romantic than anything we've seen so far.